Hello there everybody, Oimon here, and welcome back to Alan Wake. So, when we left off, we'd managed to complete the first two chapters, which was good. So we're in chapter 3 now, literally right at the start of it. In fact, I will restart checkpoint because this guy was, like, as I was getting set up, this guy was, like, talking and stuff. So I'll rewind back to the checkpoint just to do that, because that's why we're on the pause menu here, because otherwise he'd be just like wandering off and talking over me as I'm trying to do my introduction and all that stuff. Anyway, that's not a problem. That's neither here nor there. So what happened, if you remember, in the last episode, we had, let me see, Alan's wife disappeared in an island, in a lake that apparently doesn't exist anymore. We had, let's see, there were dark creatures after us that are only weak to a flashlight and then bullets. But it would appear that someone has kidnapped Alice and is holding her hostage and wants a manuscript that we need to get. And that's why we're here, because Rose, the rather plucky young woman who we met at the diner at the start of the game, claims to have the manuscript. But, and this is not a spoiler because we did see it in the previous set bit, it's a trap. Because of course it is. So, yeah. Let's get into it. Anyway, I'm going to restart the checkpoint just to rewind what he was saying. So, yeah, let's get into it.
Help you folks? Name's Randolph. I'm the manager.
We're looking for Rose. Works as a waitress down at the diner.
Rose, sure. Nice girl. Who wants to know?
I'm Alan Wake.
The writer, huh? I heard on the radio you were visiting. Well, I'll show you her trailer. That Rose, she's a nice girl. Always pays her rent on time.
As I was saying, Al, I found all sorts of weird stuff from the local newspaper's archives. This place is crazy. Disappearances, mysterious deaths, urban legends come true, and, get this, most of this stuff takes place around Cauldron Lake.
Well, you ain't wrong, mister. The Indians thought the lake was a doorway to the underworld. I'm the God-fearing type myself. I don't hold with that sort of thing.
Yeah, okay. Anyway, there was an island there owned by a guy called Thomas Zane. Now, some of the articles I found about him make him out to be a famous writer, but I ran a bunch of searches, couldn't find a single thing he wrote. Zane was heavily into diving, so much so that the place came to be called Diver's Isle. But the volcano under the lake erupted in 1970, and Zane went down with the island.
Yeah, how about that? It was there in the morning, as if it had fallen from the sky. But it would take a tornado to lift something like that. We're damn lucky it didn't crush any of the trailers. Come on, mister. I'll take you to Rose's trailer.
I guess we're going off this way then, huh? You can actually wander around a bit. I'm pretty sure there's some stuff kicking around. I don't remember exactly where. I'm pretty sure there is. Yeah, we need him to basically open the gate so we can get in and around. Come on now.
It gets better. A local girl, Barbara Jagger, drowned in Cauldron Lake just a week earlier. They were lovers.
Sure, Jagger's a local spook story. The Scratching Hag comes for you in the dark. Childish stuff like that.
Anyway, Al, I'm just getting to the best part. All of the articles about this stuff were written by Cynthia Weaver. I asked around, and she's that crazy bag lady you met.
What, the lamp lady? She can be a little loopy, but she's not homeless or anything.
Yeah, anyway, she knew both Jagger and Zane before they both died, and she had some kind of a breakdown.
All of this is important information, which is why I'm not talking over it. This is actually like good plot stuff. It's all important. It all comes back around later, trust me. I can't run. Lame. So anyway, this is her place, where things are, as you can imagine, probably going to end up kind of bad. Because of course they are. Are we there yet?
Well, mister, this here's Rose's trailer. You mind me asking what you want with her?
We're just here to talk to her, pal.
Yeah, she found something of mine. Excuse me. Eliminate. That came out of nowhere. Right. I think there's a couple of coffee cups kicking around somewhere around here, but I don't remember where. Not coffee cups, the thermoses. You know what I mean. Somewhere. I just don't remember exactly where. I can't jump or do anything like that, so I'm gonna have to just stick to the ground and wander for a bit. But I'm sure there's a thermos kicking around somewhere. There's one. Coffee! For tea, myself. Personal preference on the matter. But, log. I don't remember if there's more than one. Guess that was the only one then. Shame. Wasted time. Oh well, don't matter really. Okay, let's actually just do this because it's daytime now, and daytime means we're safe. So in order for gameplay to happen where I'm not safe, I now have to, you know, get over. No, I can't jump at the moment, can I? No, no jumping, no running, just walking around. Also, all these trees are killing my frame rate.
Welcome to... Oh dear, Mr. Wake. I'm so glad you're here.
Rose, you have my manuscript?
Oh. Oh yes. Yes. Please, come in.
Hey, this is really good.
Rose,
Yes,
my manuscript. I really need it.
I understand. I know what you need. A muse to inspire you.
Oh, for Barry. She doesn't have anything.
Yeah, hey, Al, what's... Oh...
Barry! What? What?
It's coming for you, hiding in my barber's skin. I'm too weak to stop it. You must turn the lights on.
I promised I'd come visit you and your lovely wife. You must finish what you started. I insist.
You must turn the lights on. Turn the light on.
Back to work, boy.
I felt nauseous, hungover. Only anger kept me going.
I can't tell reality from dream anymore, but it seems I have an imaginary editor to help me. She's an old woman in a funeral dress. I call her Barbara Jagger. She's very strict. I'm writing faster and faster. My manuscript is being heavily revised. The edits are getting very aggressive, and each day there's less of me and more of her. I hate it, but I know she's right. She promises me I can save Alice this way. She knows more of this than I do. About the complex incantation I'm attempting. About this place. She's worked with another writer under similar circumstances, Thomas Zane. The genre of the story seems to be shifting. It's turning into a horror story. I'm getting close. I can feel it.
Alright. That's slightly creepy, isn't it? Yes, creepy ass fans. Wonderful.
Rose took a day from me. I had less than 12 hours left to meet the kidnapper. All I could do was get Barry into the car, work something out once I got on the road.
Welcome to the Oh Dear Diner. What can I get you today? Coffee?
I couldn't work up much hate for Rose. Something had used her to get to me and left its mark.
First refill is free. Milk and sugar on the counter there. Would you like
Oh.
My gun and flashlight were gone. I'd have to find a way to get Barry into the car as quickly as possible. There was no time to waste.
Page.
Mr. Randolph liked Rose. That little smile she had. How she was still sweet when life had tried so hard to make her bitter. It wasn't any of his business what she did in her trailer. But those strangers, the writer and his smart-ass sidekick, looked like trouble. And they'd been in there for hours, way past her normal bedtime. He reached for the phone and called the sheriff's station.
Unfortunately, we gotta go around the boat again. But that's fine. It'll be all okay. The radio, I'm not gonna bother with those. Copyrighted music, probably. Unlike Control, this game does not have the option to turn off copyrighted music. So, you know.
Oh, you're gonna get it now. God knows what you've done to that poor girl.
This is Agent Nightingale, FBI! Get him up, Hemingway! You're under arrest! You move a muscle, I'll unload right in your goddamn face! Stay right where you are, Slade!
What are? I'm standing right here, you goddamn maniac!
I hated to leave Barry behind, but there was no way I'd miss my appointment with the kidnapper.
Give it up, Mr. Wake. Come on. Make it easy on him. Get after him. Don't let him get away.
Guess I'm going this way. Escape the police. I don't actually know what happens if you get caught. I've never bothered doing it. Anyway, that's not where we're going. We're going this way.
Stop running!
I'm fine.
Okay, men. Keep your eyes peeled. He's gonna try to make it through here.
Oh, damn.
Bloody flares. Oh boy. Good job I'm wearing grey. That will probably at least help me blend in. I think. Just follow the path. Game's pretty good like that. Gives you a trail to follow. Of course, I have no flashlight. It is nighttime, and as we know, there are bad things in the dark.
God, come on, guys. We need to head him off.
Yoink.
For decades, the darkness that wore Barbara Jagger's skin slept fitfully in the dark place that was its home and prison. It was hungry and in pain. It dreamed of its nights of glory when the poet's writing had called it from the depths and given it a brief, terrible taste of power and freedom. The rock stars had stirred it from the deep sleep the poet had sunk it back to in the end. When it sensed the writer on the ferry, it opened its eyes.
Anybody with just an ounce of creativity, not good. As you can imagine, Nightingale, not exactly a good egg. But don't worry, he'll get what's coming to him. Boy howdy, Willie.
Rose didn't know how the strange old lady got in her trailer, and she looked wrong somehow. The woman showed her teeth in an approximation of a smile and traced a finger down Rose's cheek. "Pretty girl," she said. Rose felt as if she was falling asleep, but her knees didn't buckle. The crone spoke in a whisper, her words ice cold and dark in Rose's ear.
Oh no. Poor Rose. Didn't deserve this. Oh yeah, my frame rate's tanking right now. Probably not good. Not much I can do about it, that's just how busy the game screen is, unfortunately. Boom. Flares. Looks like I'm heading in the other direction with them. That's good. What just went smash? And again? Well, that's not good. Sucks to be them, I guess. But you should have known the rules.
This horror was everywhere I went, circling me. The cops didn't stand a chance. They were after a writer, not a monster.
Are you kidding? I mean, have you seen this guy? He wears a tweed jacket. Over. He's the guy we're chasing. If it's not him, who then? Bigfoot? Over. I don't know yet, but I'm not in the habit of jumping to conclusions. That tends to come back and bite you in the ass. Out.
Yeah. Sheriff Breaker's a good egg. She'll be useful. Sort of. Woohoo! Hey look, it's a trailer park.
You on the ground. Hold it right there. There's nowhere to run. Freeze!
Oh, that's not good. Damn it, out of stamina. Go, 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 go. Down it went. Kaboom. Hey look, it's the gas station from the first episode, and yeah, the unfortunate helicopter that got downed by a bunch of birds. Ah, brings back memories of Firewatch. That was a good game. It's good fun. There's a radio I don't need.
I could see the lights of the radio station in the distance.
Actually, maybe there's something on the radio. I forget if you can turn it off again afterwards.
This is James. Mulligan, Thornton, come in. Over. Thornton here. James, we got both Wheeler and Rose in custody. They didn't put up a fight or anything. Why, they were... Hey, what you... Come on. Sit down and give me that. James, Mulligan here. Over. Go ahead, Mulligan. Over. We got Wheeler and Rose here. Wheeler's drunk or hopped up on something. Speaking of which, that Fed had a pretty distinctive whiff of Otis Scotch about him, if you know what I mean. Over. I don't have anything on that, Deputy Mulligan. Over. Well, whatever. Anyway, Rose is just being plain weird here. You better get Doc in and take a look at both. Over. Gotcha. You better get them here quickly. The Fed's gonna want to interview Wheeler. Over. Oh, yeah.
That's enough. Anyway, yes, we gotta head to the radio station. Start by looking at the maps. That'll help. Now, I'm pretty sure...
I imagined that the broadcast tower in the distance was part of the local radio station. Maine seemed like a decent guy. Perhaps he could give me directions to the coal mine.
Ah, yes, the coal mine. Oh, yeah, that.
Unnatural shadows clung to the gate. The darkness that was after me was trying to stop me. I wouldn't get through without it.
Well, let's get a light then. Or something of a close approximation. Coffee. Coffee. Right. Whoa. Gives me a nice big flashlight. I think there's anything else kicking around here. Nah, not a lot like it. Alright, so we got the big light on, which is useful, as you can imagine.
The old generator conked out. I'd have to see if I could fix it and try again.
God damn it. Literally pointless. And this time it does properly. Because of course it does. There it is again. But, haha, one flashlight. Nice. About bloody time, if you ask me. Right, well at least we have some minor amount of defense.
It took me a moment to recognize the flashbang grenades. They were an ideal weapon for my situation.
Oh, I love flashbangs.
Team 1, this is Sheriff Breaker. Report, over. You come in. I need a report, over.
Alright. Come in handy if I... Hello! I wish I hadn't had to waste two of them, but whatever. That works. Ah. Flashbangs. You got anything to tell me, or is it just gonna be music from you?
And here's another call. You're on KBF-FM with Pat Maine.
It's Milt Peabody, Pat.
What's on your mind, Milt?
Well, I live near the trailer park, Pat, and there's a big ruckus going on over there.
Well, that's just up the road from me, too. What's going on, do you know?
I don't know, but there's a bunch of police cars there, lots of sirens, helicopters buzzing around.
Actually, oh no. Come on, bugger off. We're fine, we're fine. Let's just keep moving before the music kicks on and does something horrible. Alright, go, 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 go. Is that? It was a manuscript page. Sweet.
Touched by the dark presence, Rose was lost in a dreamland where everything was drawn in black and gray crayons. The old lady had promised her that all her wishes would come true. She would be Alan Wake's muse. She was smiling so hard it hurt her face. She crushed a bottle full of sleeping pills into the coffee. Deep down inside, she was screaming in terror.
Yeah, again, poor Rose. Alright, let's get her going. Die already, will you? To start. Batteries and flares, huh? Well, I guess I can use it. Unfortunately, with the fog and everything, not gonna go very well for me. Hello! Now that worked. Please give me more. More flashbang? Yes. Not as many as I'd have liked, but I'll take it. I'll do it. Let's go, let's go, let's go, let's go before something else happens. But knowing I had to waste a flashbang on him, but whatever. Pretty sure the door was locked.
Could lend me a car to get to the coal mine.
Alright, don't think there's too much around here. Oh, coffee. Coffee, 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 coffee.
Well,
let the trash sort themselves out. I'm sorry, but my granddaddy settled in Bright Falls in 1911.
well, thank you very much for that passionate viewpoint, Lorna.
I think there's much else you can get around here.
Oh, here's a little surprise. The famous writer Alan Wake just walked in, folks. I'm going to see if I can talk him into an interview.
Come on in, Mr. Wake. Oh, I'm so glad you could find the time to do this, Mr. Wake.
Nowhere to run now, Dan Brown. You back away from me. Don't hurt.
Whoa, whoa, whoa. Everyone calm down. Put the gun down. We're all friends here, right?
Cool your jets, Nightingale. We got him. What the hell's the matter with you? There's a civilian in there.
Well, that didn't go as planned, did it?
I'll get you yet, even if it kills me. You hear me? You hear me, H.P. Lovecraft?
I like how he
Falling off
keeps
so many
using all these
cliffs, it
different
was
names.
ridiculous. That's what you get for naming a book The Sudden Stop. It was probably good I hadn't had the chance to tell Maine where I was going. I'd have to lose the cops and find my own way to the mine. Nightingale stared through the broken studio window into the dark woods. He turned around, started to walk out, but Maine grabbed his arm. "Young man, you almost shot me. You don't shoot off rounds at people like that. What's the matter with you?" Nightingale shook his arm free, marched out. His cheeks burned with rage and humiliation.
There is actually, like, a sort of backstory behind why Nightingale is so pissed at Wake. And it's the fact that he's encountered the darkness before. I can't remember where I read about it. I can't remember if it's something that's stated in this game or if I'm misremembering something or what, but I remember it being somewhere. But yeah, he's actually, like, encountered the darkness before, and that'll do it, I guess. Well, cutting a long story short, it killed his partner, and I don't remember why he blames Wake specifically. But there was some connection to Wake or something like that. Missed. Aha. Alright, let's get going before someone else shows up.
There was no sensible reason for the power company work lines to be here. It was almost as if they'd been left for someone like me to use.
Worked well enough for me. Come on, pick up the bloody revolver. Some ammo. There was a flashback around here. Alright. The darkness controls the Taken. I will take the shotgun. Oh dear, that's not good. That's the wrong button. Shit. Whew. That was close. That could have gone very bad. I got it in the end. Oh, there was another... I could have turned this on. Oh well, doesn't matter. Hey, now you I know. Oh, I knew. What? Come on. Thank you. Batteries, that's good. Take that. You can turn the lights on. It gives you some pretty decent light coverage. You can sort of stand in the middle. You're relatively safe. They will walk into light and try and attack you, but... Oh, there's one here too. Well, those could have been useful before. No, it doesn't matter now. Not sure which direction we're going. That's definitely a thermos. So that's coffee. We're probably going that way. That being the case, let me just grab you. See you glowing in the dark over here.
The bulldozer's engine roared to life. Mud and rocks flew as it fought for traction. It crashed through the concrete wall and landed heavily in the yard. If it were an animal, it would have shaken its head after the impact, fixed its eyes on me, and charged. Of course, it had no head, nor eyes. Shadows crawled on its form, twisting it into a monster. Then, it came for me.
And that means we got to deal with the bulldozer. Yeah, it's something I sort of mentioned in the last one. It's in a way, it's kind of fun that they give you these little snippets of what to expect. You know, because it's just like, oh, you know, we've got this weird thing coming up. You know, keep an eye out for that. Because it's sort of, in a way, it does kind of spoil the fun. But another way, it puts you on edge for it. You know, if something's going to attack you, anticipating the blow can sometimes put you more on edge than if you're not expecting it. Because if you're not expecting it, then it's sudden and it's a surprise. But if you're expecting it, then you get tense because of it, which is quite clever, actually.
Sarah trusted her gut, and her gut said Agent Nightingale was an asshole. He felt wrong, and it wasn't just the smell of stale booze. It was in the way he flashed his badge, pulled rank, the look in his eyes when he wanted answers. Where was Alan Wake? What was this about an accident? Where was his wife? And most importantly, why did she let Wake go? He wouldn't answer her questions. Federal business was all he'd say.
Mm-hmm. Train. Something, I guess. I'll take all of that. Yes, please.
Hello?
The most stubborn man I've ever met.
Alice? Alice?
Alan, I'm so afraid. Keeps me in the dark. Please help me. I look at you, Alan, and it's not you. Something else. Looking out from behind your eyes.
Alice, I'm here.
I'm so alone here. It's all gonna go to hell. You need to be careful. Cooperate.
The connection had been terrible, but that wasn't the only thing that hadn't been right with the call. She sounded wrong somehow, but she had called me.
That's a start, I guess.
The pipe wrenched itself loose from the bridge's steel framework. Wrapped in darkness, it floated in midair, twitching. For a moment, I didn't understand what I was looking at. The heavy object lurched at me with impossible force. I threw myself out of the way, but just barely. When I turned my flashlight on it, it shook in a dark rage before it flew at me again.
Ah, yes, I remember that. That's fun. I really hope you've had some cardio between this game and the next one. Three flares and batteries, huh? Well, I don't need any batteries right now, but I'll certainly take whatever you can give me. Good enough. Okay, now we can go pick up the batteries. That worked.
could see a railway bridge up ahead, and a warehouse of some sort on the opposite shore. I hoped I could find a car from there.
Follow. Alright, let's.
The darkness that was pursuing me was growing stronger, and it was taking over everything in its path.
Get rid of all this crap. Whoa, okay. Right. That didn't work.
Some sort on the opposite shore. I hoped I could find a car from there.
That was fun. Let's try that again. Oh, God.
The darkness that was pursuing me was growing stronger, and it was taking over everything in its path.
Everything now comes to life. Let's drop a flare there. Ow. Rude. Alright, that went a bit better this time. Very good. Another one went. I think it fell off the end, so it counts as it dying. Whoa! Okay. I don't think there's anything over here. Nope, doesn't look like it. Alright. Page.
I slammed the door shut right in his smug face. He pleaded for me to open the door. True to form, the asshole actually thought I would obey. I had no sympathy left, no guilt either, not for him. I took a moment to savor the scream. I bet I had a smile on my face. It was all that I had time for. The dark presence was inside the lodge with me.
Ah, yes, now, that's a bit of a spoiler for later on.
As
But
a
we'll get to
teenager,
that.
just starting to get interested in writing, Stephen King had been a source of inspiration to me. I thought about all the inanimate objects that had come to life in his books. No one is safe in a good horror story. Certainly not the protagonist. That's what makes them fun. This was anything but. The darkness could possess anything, and it was getting closer.
I'm sure it'll be even more fun when it finally gets here. Coffee. Coffee. Right. So, remember that page earlier about the bulldozer? That's what's coming up in a minute. Missed. Yikes. Reload, reload, reload. Oh crap. Shit. Alright. That worked. And we're inside. Does that mean we're safe? Of course not. Whoa! Crap, 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 crap. Whew. Bloody tricky little git. Going at the bottom or at the top? That's locked. I guess we're going up. Flares, ammo, batteries, because of course. Is it Night Springs? It's Night Springs. I don't have time for this. Which one is this? I don't know. Night Springs is basically Twilight Zone in this universe, which is quite funny actually. Management page.
The darkness surged towards me, sucking everything loose from the ground into its depths, tugging at my clothes. I saw the flare the kidnapper had dropped and threw myself towards it just as I felt my feet leave the ground. The darkness embraced me with the force of a tornado. Somehow I managed to light the flare. The darkness roared and cast me away. I fell toward the dark waters of the lake far below.
Missed a few pages. And then some. But chapter 3 is a long chapter. Chapter 3 I should have been split into 2 chapters. But no, they went with 1. Oh crap. Crap. Yeah. Well, fuck. Wouldn't let me run away fast enough. Incoming! There it goes. Where the fuck did you come from? That's the wrong button, you idiot. Yeah. Keep pressing wrong buttons to dodge. I've been playing too many other games where there's a different dodge button. That's the problem, actually. At the moment, I'm playing 3 different games they all use the Sonic controller, right? And they've all got completely different button layouts in terms of which button is run. You know, even though they've got like different movement controls, they've all got different actual controls, which is really confusing my fingers right now. Totally not making excuses, guys, honest. Okay. Sadly, we're not allowed up that way. We have to go this way. Doink. Ah, checkpoint. Coffee. Anything else? Doesn't look like it. Well, okay.
I had never been this glad to see the sunrise. I had a couple of hours to get to the coal mine. The coal mine wasn't far now.
But it'll be a while.
Today, I would meet the kidnapper, and he would give me Alice. I wouldn't give him any other choice. A drowning man will clutch at a straw.
Yep. For some reason, it like makes you get out of the car for the start of the act, but it's not really the start of the chapter or the episode or whatever, but it is sort of the start of Act 2 of this episode, I suppose.
Little by little, without realizing it, I'd come to believe that the story in the manuscript was coming true. The current of its narrative had taken me deeper and deeper into dark waters. Alice had been taken from me. Barry was probably in jail. I was a fugitive from the FBI. The whole world taken over by the Dark Presence was trying to destroy me. It all felt real, but it matched a textbook case of insanity. Even during daytime, I was being stalked. The bridge must have collapsed only moments after I'd crossed it.
Very wobbly. But that's fine. Alright. Yeah, because it like punch you out of your car at the start, but then it's much quicker to just take the car there. Because it's just like, well, otherwise you're just sort of left wandering around like a lot. Come on now, Mr. Jerky. There? I don't know. Let's find out. I mean, it's daytime. We're safe. Right. Ah, radio. Anything good?
This is Pat Main, and you're listening to KBF FM. Folks, I want to apologize for kind of abandoning you to that looping music track last night, but I was detained. You see, I encountered a big shot G-man with an itchy trigger finger who could use a lesson in manners and a boot in the ass. Not necessarily in that order either. Now, folks, I know I'm not being very informative here, and I apologize for that. I really should just keep quiet, but I'm just so peeved right now, because some people just shouldn't be carrying badges. And I'm just glad that our sheriff...
I have no additional comments to make. Yep, not a single one. Alright. Let's just go. This is kind of the weird thing about it. It's like this game doesn't need driving, like, at all. It doesn't need this. You don't need driving mechanics in the game. And the driving mechanics themselves are pretty janky. Like, they're not the worst. Trust me, I've played games with worse driving mechanics than this. But they're a little clunky. They're not necessarily, like, the most intuitive. I mean, well, the controls are intuitive, but, like, the way in which your car moves, I mean, is not necessarily intuitive. It's that thing of, like, you tilt the stick a bit and it moves an inch. You tilt the stick a tiny bit more and it'll move a mile, kind of thing. You know, it's jank. It's definitely jank. As I said, I played worse. I have definitely played games with worse controls, but still. Radio. Can't be bothered to play that one. I'm pretty sure that's just going to play music, so let's not bother. Wasn't sure if there's anything up there. That's fine. I'm not really worried about, like, getting all the thermoses or getting all the pages. As I said, can't really do that unless you're playing. Well, you can't get all the pages unless you're playing hard through. You can get all the thermoses and radios and whatnot, but I'd need a guide for that, and I couldn't be bothered to look one up. I don't actually know if there really is anything stashed away in these places. Probably not. Come on up, you go. Aha, page.
For Mott, spying on the writer on the ferry had been a disappointment. His boss had made Wake out to be something special, but Mott hadn't been impressed. He'd gotten a good long look at the wife, though, and he liked what he saw. Mott had fantasized about goading Wake into a fight, but it hadn't happened. Still, he'd get his chance to see if the writer had anything in him. He'd been promised as much.
Alright, let's keep it going. Oh shit. That was very funny. Oh god, we gotta go get page again now. I don't know, do we? Nope, we've already got it. That's good, it remembers that. Okay. Just went flying off the end. That's kind of what I mean when I say the car controls are a bit janky. They're so light and floaty. Funnily enough, I've actually been playing through the 2008 Alone in the Dark game, if you've ever played that. That's another game with really janky car controls.
I was supposed to meet the kidnapper at noon in the main building. The coal mine was quiet. It was a museum now.
Well, yeah, coal mines tend to turn into museums when they're not used, because... fuck not, I guess. Alright. Well, oh, okay, we'll read the page and then we'll take a break.
With Nightingale gone and the night wind blowing in through the broken studio window, Maine stared at Sarah. The sheriff looked away. Maine's voice shook with barely controlled anger. That boy's doing more drinking than thinking. I hope you know what you're doing, Sarah. He's got a sickness in his eyes. You take my word for it. He wants Wake for a reason, and it's not for anything good.
It does kind of make me wonder, like, which of these elements are going to come back in an Alan Wake 2. Like, will they go full on, like, open world kind of stuff? Because they could have done that in this, but maybe not. Maybe. We'll see what happens. Anyway, for now, we got to take a break because it's 4 o'clock. So, back in a minute, guys. And we're back. All right, let's get going. In we go, in we go.
didn't want to go outside. Cops had to be looking for me. The noon sun turned the place into a sauna. The day dragged on. Different scenarios ran through my mind. Ways of how I'd torture the kidnapper to get Alice back. Or the different horrible things he could have done to her. I imagined her dead. I had no way of knowing she was still alive. It was killing me. I was running on blind hope.
And it's nighttime again.
Time. The bastard never showed up.
Because of course he didn't. And now it's nighttime and back to dangerous times.
Wake.
Where the hell are you?
Change of plans. You know where Mirror Peak is? It's a big mountain north of where you are. You follow the path from the mine, you can't miss it. There's a lookout point there. I'll be waiting.
I'm through being jerked around by
You
you.
want to see your wife alive? Because if you do, you better watch what you say to me. Do we understand each other?
I want to talk to Alice.
Yeah, and I want the manuscript. Don't keep me waiting, Wake.
Hello? Hello! Ah! I'm gonna kill him!
I had to get to Mirror Peak.
Alright, where's the fucking exit? Ah.
It was close. Maybe closer than ever before.
Nope, not letting me go out that way. Where the hell am I supposed to be leaving? Come on, there's an exit here somewhere. Oh wait, are we going over here? Ah yes, I think we're going over here. There we go, that works. Alright. That works. And down. Ow. Oh dear.
When Thomas Zane fell for Barbara Jagger, it happened fast. She was young, vibrant, and beautiful, full of life. He had never been a very happy man, and without any seeming effort, she had changed all that. Zane felt good for the first time in his life. Everything she did was another piece of a jigsaw puzzle he hadn't even known he'd been missing. And best of all, she made the words flow, strong and sharp. She was his muse.
Sound familiar? Because it should. Revolver? Sure, I'll take the revolver. Don't need any more ammo right now, but I probably will soon enough. Ow. Stop that. God damn it. Wait, I dodged. Git. Absolute arse git. Already got that one, don't worry about it. Ow. That's right, I can wait till you now. Woo! Okay, that happened. thing with this stuff is you literally can't blind it. It'll throw itself at you regardless. So you've got to be a bit careful about that. Oh, flashbacks. Good. Certainly a start. Around there? Nope. Nothing over there. Place is a bit maze-like, but I think we're alright. Did you not fall in the hole? There we go. Oh no, there's still one in here. I didn't know there was two. That's fine, I got it. Sort of. Ah, a tornado. Well, that's not good.
The only way to reach the hillside ahead was to go through the building. I had to find a way to avoid electrocution.
Ah, look who it is. That's a lot of enemies, actually. Ooh. Crap, 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 crap. I got it. We're alright. Yeah. Flashbangs are really something powerful, but they're also quite rare. Oh, sure, now I get the fucking flare gun. And off. Fuck. I was trying to be clever. Shush. Just because it didn't work doesn't mean it's not a good idea. There's literally no point in doing, like, trying to kill all these things, because boy howdy is there no point to that. Ow. Bloody hell. I know I can do this. I've done it before. Back in the past, in the olden days. Maybe I should just use this. That's a start. Good luck, guys. It's all yours. I probably could have gone a bit better. But we're fine. A-okay. Alright, reload. Reload. So many people. Pretty sure there's an achievement you can get if you go through this section in under 30 minutes, but it's a tough one. Alright, oh, there it is. Ladder. Climbing up.
Some of the Taken retained echoes of their former selves, but these were just the nerve twitches of a dead thing. Nothing remained but a shell covered and filled with darkness. In most cases, these puppets were enough for the purposes of the Dark Presence. But for anything more elaborate, as with the writer, it was different. It needed his mind. And so rather than taking him over completely, it merely touched him.
Bad touch. That looks fine. Come on, open up the tip. Jokes. Get me some batteries. Good enough.
There was no way the flashbang grenades were standard power company equipment.
Really, you think? Oh, I can't drive it. Shame, that'd be bloody useful. Black goo. Nope, guess there's nothing that way. Good enough. Really wish it wasn't a double barrel and that it was pump action, but I guess I'll take whatever the bloody hell I can get at this point. Ooh, page.
I stared through the bars of the jail cell. Barry stood behind me, swaying on his feet, looking as ill as I felt. Agent Nightingale stood on the other side of the bars with Sheriff Breaker. Nightingale had a stack of manuscript pages in his hand. He seemed unhinged as he gloated. Well, I've got you now, Raymond Chandler. It's all here. All the evidence, including conspiracy to murder a federal agent.
Oh, if only it was that simple. Alright, some coffee over here, always nice. Ooh, careful now. Careful. Balls. Let's try that again. And then we can check inside the mine for supplies, I assume. Good enough. Bound to happen. It's fine. We got the coffee. It'll pick me back up again. Alright, let's head down to the light. Hopefully that will help me to heal up a little bit faster. Hopefully. Ah. There we go. Very good. Alright, got some batteries. Got some, ooh, shotgun ammo. Very nice. 1432. Good enough, I guess.
I had no real plan. I was going to give the kidnapper all the manuscript pages I had for Alice. If that wasn't enough, I'd hold him at gunpoint and make him talk.
Pump action? Yes, please. Ha ha ha. Much better. Oh no. Gotcha. Very nice, very nice. Coffees. Some flare guns. Whoa! Although I'm getting a little low on ammo for this, that's not a good thing. Let's just go. And they just vanish when you're safe in the light. Which I'm fine with. Oh, where the hell am I going? There goes another tree.
The dark presence was moving ahead of me in the same direction I was going. A cold feeling settled itself in the pit of my stomach. Was it going for Alice?
The graveyard shift may cause cancer.
Not sure how a graveyard shift could cause cancer, but okay. Take your word for it, pal. Very good. So hang on. Is there... No. No. Apparently not, but that's fine. Alright, where are we going now? I don't remember.
The place was dead. A ghost town. Had been for decades, maybe a century.
Uh-oh.
Things were never as simple in real life as in fiction. I had lost count of the times I had wished there'd be a clear reason for my writer's block. Something to fight. Something to lash out on. There wasn't. I was filled with doubt. I was nothing like the hero in my books. Alex Casey had gone through his life with single-minded determination, never wavering from his goal. Even now, I was angry at myself, angry at Alice, angry at Barry. I was fumbling and I had no plan.
Don't worry, most people get through life like that. Now that's batteries, right? I don't need that. Still, got more coffee. Is the most addictive or most commonly drunk addictive substance on the planet, because coffee is addictive. Maybe low level addiction, but it's still addictive. People who come down off coffee highs, well, yes, you know exactly what that's like, I'm sure. I don't drink coffee, I drink tea, which similar, but not quite at the same level. Good enough. Really? Close enough. Hello. Well, I got plenty of shotgun ammo and not so much handgun ammo, so I think we should probably stick with the shotgun for now. Just gonna hide behind this rock for a moment. Whew. Key. A rarity in this game. Usually if a door is locked, it is locked. Fire gun, thank you.
Anything outside of riding is a struggle. I feel ill. I managed to make my way downstairs. There's a shoebox filled with books and papers by Thomas Zane. It's very hard to focus, but I managed to read some of it. He's a poet, and a good one. He writes of muses and creators summoning fabulous things from a magic lake, using his powers to shape the world of a realm of gods and dreams and demons, dark things that wait for a chance to slip through, wearing the flesh of men as disguise. Zane writes about himself, his girlfriend being taken over by a dark presence, about growing scared of the lake. Zane believes it's a mirror to the gaping void of darkness above, where some Lovecraftian presence lurks. I crawl back upstairs. I'll borrow these things for my story. They ring true. They fit.
I mean, it's not wrong. Oh, do I want to switch? Let's see, how much? I've got 26 ammo on this. How much have I got for this? 11. I'll stick with the shotgun for now. Got more ammo for it. Probably end up regretting it in the long run when the game just refuses to give me shotgun ammo in the future, but... guess we'll see. Ah yes, we got them bit in the mine shaft again.
The kidnapper had sent me a text. The message was full of spelling errors and insults. It was telling me to hurry up.
Really nice. I'll take that.
Birds.
Not too far away. Nice, there goes one. See you over there, you little gits. What are you doing to me? Come on. And because of course. Of course you end up in a bleeding mine. Why wouldn't you? Perfect place for some horror-based shenanigans. Something about mine shafts that really lends itself well to horror. Maybe it's the claustrophobia or the darkness or something. Tunnels go to Cauldron Lake. Is this the right way? I can't remember which way I'm supposed to go and which one I'm not. Hang on a sec. Was there even another way out of here? There might not have been. No, because there's that route. So yeah, I think that's the way forward. And this way leads to spooky times. I don't know. Like, it's been so long since I played. It's been at least at least 8 years. No, it can't be 8 years since I last played this. Can't be. I don't know. It's been a while.
Without warning, the headache stabbed at my brain. Alice?
Alice?
I'm losing it. I gotta get out of here.
It's all part of Cauldron Lake, of course. It's all the same.
The hunters were big, thick-set men, confident and at home in the woods. They were feeling good, running on beer, ghost stories, and camaraderie late into the night. It did them no good, as they were taken by the dark presence, sucked deep into a darkness far worse than any ghost story they ever told or heard.
Of course, that's who we've been fighting. Especially the really big built guys that need shotguns to take them out. Does kind of make you wonder, really, because the sheer number of people that are like taken by the dark presence that you in turn have to take out. Like, how many hundreds of people have gone missing? It's only supposed to be a small town, and the I guess sort of the industries in the local area, which aren't supposed to be like big or anything like that, so you know. Then again, I suppose it's a bit like In Control, where there's just like hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of employees, but not really.
Even behind the closed doors and curtains of his grimy room at the Majestic, the local motel, Nightingale could feel the locals' eyes on him, the unrelenting pressure of their judgment. He forced it out of his mind. For all he knew, they could all be under Wake's spell already. You do what you have to do to get the job done. He took comfort from the bottle in his hand. Please, he thought, just let me get through this.
So yeah, Nightingale, he's an absolute asshole, but he's not like an asshole without reason. He does have reasons, they're just not very good ones. Whoa. That'll do it. Ooh, coffee, coffee, coffee. Glug, glug, glug. No, nothing over there.
I'd have to make my way up this mine shaft in order to go on. Maybe the machinery could help me with that.
Talk about getting shafted. Very good. All right. Up we go. Okay. Down we go. Whoop. Oh, balls. God damn it. That was not intended. Now I can go down. Nice. Simple little puzzles. Sure good. Nice safety checkpoint. Hiya. I'll take those flares. And I figured there'd be a page up here.
Lightning flashed behind the windows of Cauldron Lake Lodge. Tor Anderson laughed and held the steel hammer above his head. Nurse Sinclair was trying to calm him down without success. Tor grinned madly and shouted, "My hammer's up. Here's a friendly poke from Molnir, wench." He brought the hammer down with all his might on Sinclair's head. "We're on a comeback tour, baby."
Big fucking mountain. Apparently there's a lot of them in America. Good enough. Bloody birds. Go down. One. And right.
Oh, great. Another cable car. Just great.
See? Even he knows. I like how you can actually see like bits of the map over there. Like, you know, there's the mine area. There's a little bit more over there. You know, I was literally just about to say, you know, I don't think this one collapses. Hello, guys. But I guess I was wrong. That I did forget about. Yay, batteries. That's more. Nice. $17 versus how much for the other one? 18. Ooh. Well, we'll switch to the rifle because it seems to be giving me more ammo for that. So. Ow! Whoa! 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 Ah, made it. Much better. Cauldron Lake. Yep, and that's my destination, right over there. We're almost there. Almost made it. That'll do it. Very good. I did note, yes. More coffee. Flare gun, huh? But nothing. Alright, almost there.
Maud had checked all of Stucky's rental cabins. There had been no sign of the Wakes. It was dark when he'd found their car parked at the end of the road by Cauldron Lake. It made no sense. They must have taken a wrong turn, but there was no sign of them, and the car had been there for hours already. Frustrated, Mott stood on the rotten ruin of the footbridge that had once led to Diver's Isle before it sank beneath the waves years ago. The boss wouldn't be happy.
I'm sure he'll, you know, learn to live with it eventually. Am I on the wrong way? No, here we go. Bonk. Ah, the old house. CW and TZ. TZ, of course. Thomas Zane. Who's the CW, I wonder? All mysterious stuff. Who used to live here? Who indeed? Pretty obvious if you think about it, but I won't state. Not until later on when it's, you know, absolutely blatantly obvious. Whole bunch of stuff. Ammo for both, huh? Now you're just making me annoyed that I've got to pick. All right. No, we're good. No, we're not. Woo! Jump across. Which you can't do that beforehand because there's actually a wall there, but good enough. Alright. Oh, blimey, is that the time already? Okay, well, it's just gone 5, so we'll grab the coffee. Because coffee comes first. And then we'll take a break. We are literally right on the end of finishing this chapter. So we'll move into chapter 4, which, you know, has the best scene in the whole fucking game. I don't think anybody would argue that. I don't know if we'll get to it today. We might not. We might start the next episode with that. So I guess we'll see what happens. So yes, thanks for watching, everybody. No, not thanks for watching. I'm not done yet. That's me getting confused. I'll be back in a minute. And we're back. All right. So, as I said, I'm pretty sure we're like right at the end of chapter 3 now, more or less. I think. I don't remember specifically, but I'm pretty sure we're close.
Cauldron Lake. I thought I could make out the spot where the island and the cabin had been. There was a light near it. It had to be a boat.
Yeah, pretty much. And look, there's the lodge over in the distance. We'll be there soon enough.
I was close now. I had to get there fast. I tried to hold on to Alice, but her form melted away. I was losing control. Dr. Hartman stood in her place. I wanted to hit him, but my arms were jelly. He smiled. It was a reassuring smile, and I hated him for it. I had to give you a sedative. Don't fight it. You went through another rough period. Right now, it's very important that you stay calm. We don't want you to have another episode. You're a patient at my clinic. Have been for a while now. What I would find.
Wait! That you? Wait!
Hey, I'm here! I'm coming!
No! Get away! Sorry! Please, it's late! The boss didn't know who he was messing with! I didn't know! I swear, I didn't know! We don't have his wife! We don't know where she is! She's probably drowned! We just said we had her to make him play ball, you see? To get him right!
And down we go. Honestly, that would probably hurt. Like, a lot. End of episode 3.
Previously on Alan Wake. I'm hunted by the law.
Sheriff, Wake's running. I'm giving chase.
Are you seriously telling me that writer just took out my deputies?
A thriller I supposedly wrote is coming true. The genre of the story seems to be shifting. It's turning into a horror story. I was told that Alice had been kidnapped, but that was a lie.
We don't have his wife. We don't know where she is.
Her purported kidnapper was eaten up by the dark presence before it attacked me.
The truth. Sort of.
Alan, shh, baby. It was just a nightmare.
Alice. There you go, Alan.
Hartman,
I fell.
I had to give you a sedative. Don't fight it. You went through another rough period.
What?
Right now, it's very important that you stay calm. We don't want you to have another episode. You're a patient at my clinic. Have been for a while now. The shock of your wife's death triggered a mental illness.
No, you're lying.
You're suffering from various symptoms of undifferentiated schizophrenia.
Bastard.
It's okay, Alan. Just let go.
I felt groggy. Whatever Hartman had bumped in me was making me numb. I felt like this was happening to someone else. Someone I was watching on television. I couldn't think. Couldn't focus. The door was locked. I was a prisoner here.
It's also really turned up the bloom. Quite a lot, actually. Ooh, IV. Always good.
Good evening, Alan. Are we feeling better now? Feeling calm?
Yeah. I see you brought your pet gorilla with you. So sure, I'm calm. I get the message. Loud and clear.
Why, right. That's the spirit. You're being very brave, Alan. I understand you're confused. I would be more concerned if you weren't suspicious of me. I don't blame you for it.
Big of you.
Now, why don't you come with me? We'll reacquaint you with my clinic and go over everything you might have forgotten. Little walk and some fresh air? Yes, it will do you good.
And yes, this is the guy who ultimately becomes the thing that was
Most
Hartman.
of them aren't here right now. Jack took them out for a fishing trip, except for the ones who are particularly vulnerable, of course. I encourage creativity as a part of the recovery process here at Cauldron Lake Lodge. I specialize in treating artists.
I bet you do.
Splendid, Alan. I honestly believe we can get this thing under control if we work together. This way, Alan. Now, Alan, from past experience with you, I know I need to get right into the heart of the matter as quickly as I can after an episode. So I'm just going to say this. Alice is dead.
No.
You're in a very vulnerable state until you understand and accept this. Alice drowned, and you couldn't face that. You're suffering from hallucinations, paranoid delusions, unusual thinking, an obsession about light and darkness, a feeling that everything revolves around you, your thoughts and dreams. Your mind has constructed an elaborate fantasy scenario in which your writings are affecting reality. She has been kidnapped, and supernatural forces of darkness are trying to stop you. We go this way, Alan.
I wasn't ready for another shot, so I went along with it. He had to be lying. But under the influence of the drug he had given me, I had to fight not to believe his words.
Drugs, man, not even once.
You've been making it up. Apart from the tragic accident with your wife, no one has been killed. Your delusions are just a manifestation of your subconscious mind trying to protect you from the too painful truth. Unless we fight the fantasy, it will return. I know the instinct is to resist me, but think about it. Doesn't this make far more sense than the insane supernatural conspiracy you have concocted in your mind? You're a skeptic by nature, Alan. We both know this. Everything can be explained logically.
Beyond the shadow you set forth as a miracle illuminated. TZ.
I never get tired of this view. Very inspiring, isn't it?
Cauldron Lake spread below us. I could see Mirror Peak on the other side of the lake. I thought I could make out the spot where Diver's Isle had been when I arrived with Alice. Now there was nothing but waves.
It seems there's a storm coming. Funny, I don't recall there being a mention of that in the weather forecast. Well, no matter. This way. Follow me.
Oh yeah, sounds fun.
Alan, what I'm telling you is good news. Right now we're in control. Every time you have a relapse, it gets more and more difficult to resurface from the dark depths of your imagination. Not surprising, considering your profession. Imagination is what you work with. After all your nightmares, this should come as an immense relief to you. If it doesn't, why is that? Because I'm lying? Or because you don't want to admit that you're not well?
Who knows?
It's very natural for you to think of me as your enemy. It's part of the illness.
I let him talk. Hartman obviously loved his own voice. His words echoed madly inside my head. I dug my nails into the palms of my hands to stay focused.
You need to work with me. Once you accept that, we can begin the journey towards your recovery. Come along. Let's go inside. Now, here's the entrance to the office wing. That's for staff only. You were impressed by my trophies when you first arrived here. I do love to hunt. The great outdoors, man versus nature. It's wonderful stuff.
Pretty damn wonderful, yeah.
I see coffee.
Scary, scary.
Emerson.
I'm a real bad dream, mister. You should be afraid of me. Don't want to run into me in the night, that's for sure.
Please, Emerson. Mr. Wake is confused enough as it is.
Yeah, you'd like me to go away so you won't be scared. But you can't just decide what kind of dream you have or when you have it.
Emerson.
Okay. Sorry. Boo.
That's Emerson. We're actually making some progress with him, I'm happy to say. He works on video
Elbow
games.
strike.
It's trash, of course, but it does involve
Get him
some
to the head.
small creative effort, which makes him receptive to my therapeutic methods.
No kidding.
Oh, hello. I've painted you.
Okay.
I was just struck by inspiration a couple of days ago. Dr. Hartman wanted me to paint landscapes, and that's what I was doing. But now I've been doing these things, a lot of them. The images just keep coming. Dr. Hartman likes them. He has them in his office.
Yeah?
He's very proud.
Creepy.
He says I'm getting much better. I think I'm getting better.
Yes, well, Hartman doesn't want people necessarily to get, better. No, well.
Come, Alan, this way. Now, you might have noticed the typewriter in your room. You've been writing as a part of the therapy. As soon as you feel up to it, you should continue.
My rheumatism's killing me. There's a storm
Like that was a
coming.
board game with Night Springs.
What a storm! I hope it wipes this place off the face of the earth.
And these two are the Anderson brothers, Odin and Tor. They had how should I put this? A heavy metal band in the 70s and 80s called Old Gods of Asgard. They even adopted new first names to complete the image of Viking gods. After the band broke up, they lived on a farm nearby. They are, well, in advanced stages of dementia. They're well cared for, TLC and all that. There's nothing more that can be done. I'm afraid that the rock and roll lifestyle has left its mark.
Oh, that won't do. I'm so sorry to cut this short for now, Alan. The power has been acting up. I'd better go check on it. We'll continue this soon. Meanwhile, when you feel up to it, return to your room and try to write. It really is for the best. Don't you think?
Mm-hmm.
I'd like to bash his head in with a hammer.
Oh, he'd love to fish out our secrets, but he has no clue. He's not crazy enough. Not crazy like us, Sonny. Yeah! Being crazy's a requirement, Sonny. Who else could understand the world when it's like this? It takes crazy to know crazy.
That's the sanest thing I've heard in a while.
Say, you're all right, Tom. Hey, we like him, don't we, bro? He's got to go to the farm.
The Anderson Farm. Valhalla!
We wrote it all down, lest we forget. A crash course. All you need to know to get your head right. You need to find the message.
Here, Sonny, here's something for you. Gave me a rash, but I kept it safe from these bastards.
Mm-hmm.
Zane could feel the poems, taking form, shaping things. As he experimented, he imagined he could almost feel the power surging through the keys of the typewriter. It exhilarated him. But there was fear, too. If not for his young assistant Emil, he would have given it up. But Emil convinced him otherwise. He too had a way with words. My head was clearing up, or according to Hartman, I was sinking back into the fantasy. I was convinced he was lying to me about everything. Crazy or not, the Andersons made more sense.
Tom, got any booze on you? Tom just lost is all. Baba Yaga got to him too.
Ah, yes. Alright, so we got a sort of free reign around here, but not really.
I may need a hand here later on, Birch. The storm's bound to make you-know-who jumpy. You know how they get.
Gotcha. The doc's got me looking after Wake here, but holler if they get too rowdy.
I'll do that, Birch.
Hey, Wake, why don't you humor Dr. Hartman and give the writing a shot, huh? Typewriter's in your room. You can get to your room by those stairs, Wake.
Right.
Something's wrong. I'm not myself. It's hard to think that there's a shadow inside my head. I can only focus on writing. Everything else is a blur. I'm trapped in this cabin. Have been for days, but it's always dark outside. My editor is real. I saw her again. She's not human. It's not human. A dark presence is wearing the old woman's face. She was covered in clinging shadows. There's a hole in her chest where her heart should be. I think I've made a horrible mistake. I don't think I'm any closer to saving Alice. It's been lying to me, using me to get the story it wants, and the story will come true.
Oh no. Here's my place. Look, a generator. That'll come in handy later.
Hartman had mentioned that the power had been acting up. Maybe that was the reason for the generator and the work light on the balcony. The generator hadn't been activated, and there was no key.
Bear. I don't understand people who can just have that sort of shit in their house. It just freaked me the fuck out. Locked. Shame. Alright.
The white glare of the blank page in front of me hurt my eyes. My hands began to shake uncontrollably.
Everybody calm down. Put that down. Bert, I need help.
Hey, Wake, you stay here. I'm gonna go see what's up. You just keep doing what you're doing. Be cool, okay?
I didn't know what the chaos was all about, but it could be my only chance of getting out of here.
I don't know.
Here's a friendly poke from Mjolnir, witch.
Oh, afraid of the crazy brothers, are ya? Not so weak
Okay.
now.
Hartman kept talking, giving Barry the grand tour, clearly proud of the place. He went on and on about his hunting trophies, and Barry was impressed. But he was here on business. He raised his voice, cut through the monologue. Hey, Hartman, where's Al? Hartman stopped in mid-sentence, annoyed at the interruption. He nodded at the hulking orderly standing nearby. The man smiled and clapped a practiced hand on Barry's shoulder.
Yay, Barry's here too.
Well, things are unraveling
QR
fast,
code.
aren't they?
Huh. I don't know what that goes to. I don't remember ever noticing that before in the original version.
I'm taking it.
Sinclair looked bad. That wasn't a love tap. The crazy old fart hit her hard. If she was one of Hartman's goons, she had it coming. I had to get to Hartman's office. He had taken all my manuscript pages. That's where he'd been keeping them.
Come out and face the music, Birch. It's time to pay the piper.
Maybe you could come out and beat our wrinkled, dope, diapered asses, Birch, since you're so tough.
Yep.
The markings on the tape said they were recordings Hartman had made of the sessions with his patients. I saw Alice's name on one of them. For a moment, I couldn't breathe right.
He's so angry all the time. He's getting violent.
Do you mean with you?
No, not with me. No, never. Sometimes I almost wish Alan would take a swing at me, because at least that'd lead to a conversation he couldn't just march out of. But no. Alan doesn't really sleep. And the work, well, he's not writing at all. He sits there for hours and just gets more and more frustrated. And I can't talk to him.
Yes. Tell me, Mrs. Wake. What would you say to him if he'd listen?
I don't know. I want to say, I look at you, and it's not you. Just some stranger who resembles you. Looking out from behind your eyes. And I don't like that guy much. And now it's all gonna go to hell.
But you don't ever say this.
No. I've tried, but he's not listening. He's too deep in his own problems, always going on about something else. I'm so afraid I'm gonna lose him, and we're not even talking anymore. He doesn't let me in anymore. He just keeps me in the dark. I'm so alone here, even when he's home. Please help me, Doctor, because I'm at my wit's end.
Well, if you can just get him here, I'll absolutely do my very best.
Yeah, but Doctor, you need to be careful with him. He's not just going to listen to you and cooperate. He's the most stubborn man I've ever met.
Well, I'll be sure to bear that in mind.
Hearing her voice, what she was saying made me happy and sick and guilty all at once. Worst of all, I recognized the words. The phone call from her. It had been a cut-up of this. Just a recording.
Yep.
Hartman wasn't happy. Mott could see it in his eyes. He quickly lowered his own. He had made a mess of it, and he knew it. The shame of failure was hard to bear. He hadn't expected Wake to say he needed more time, and he blurted out 2 days, less than Wake had asked for to show him who was in charge. But that wasn't part of Hartman's plan. The photo on the wall caught my attention. In it, the clinic staff was standing outside the lodge. I knew the man next to Hartman. He was the kidnapper. Hartman had been playing me all along.
No kidding.
Represent a celebrity. They'll be looking for me. Oh, that's how you want to play it?
Barry?
Ow! About time!
Barry, man, I'm glad to see you. We need to get to Hartman's office.
It's right next door.
You okay?
Yeah. I mean, no! The cops found me at Rose's trailer, but they didn't hassle me too much. I'm obviously a victim in this, and I demanded to be treated as such. Or else I'd sue their asses. Speaking of asses, that Fed gave me a real hard time, but I had no clue where you were. That guy's crazy, Al. But he let me go, and then I get a call from Hartman, that son of a bitch, who tells me you're here, and I should come pick you up, but when I got here, 2 goons clobbered me and stuck me in there.
What's with the cutout?
I stole it from the diner to piss off Rose after what she did to us.
I tried to open the door and now I'm stuck.
Yeah, that's a harsh punishment. Come on, pal, we gotta get going.
Yeah, I tried to open the door, and now because Barry is standing here, I literally have no control over this. Hang on a sec.
Rock and roll
but it could be my only chance of getting out of here.
That's a weird bug.
Sinclair looked bad. That wasn't a love tap. The crazy old fart hit her hard. And if she was one of Hartman's goons, she had it coming. I had to get to Hartman's office. He had taken all my manuscript pages. That's where he'd been keeping them.
It's my store. I'm taking it.
Let's try this properly this time.
Barry?
Ow! About time!
Barry! Man, am I glad to see you. We need to get to Hartman's office.
It's right next door.
You okay?
Yeah.
These were all the pages I had on me. And more.
Alan, please. You're sliding back into the...
Tell me one more lie and I'll shoot you in the face.
Ah, well, it was worth a shot. Really, Wake, come on. Let's work together on this. You have no idea...
Hartman, shut up! Barry, get out of here. I'll catch up with you. Get a car.
Oh, Al, let's just...
Go!
Wake, listen to me. This is a mistake. Don't you see? Together we can create something absolutely wonderful. With your ability and mine.
Now, that's the last time you see him in the game, right? But he survives that. I don't know exactly how. But here's the thing. I'm just going to pause for a split second just to... we'll read this in a sec. Yeah, so that makes it look like he's dead. But he's not, because they made a couple of comics after this that filled in a few gaps. I think one of the comics was actually explains the reason as to why Nightingale is so obsessed with Wake. I think memory serves. It's been a while. You'll have to forgive me on that one. But one... the other comic says that Hartman survives. He survives the lodge, after Wake and Barry leave, because, obviously we leave. And we... and in that, he has to deal with a taken version of his, the kidnapper guy. I think memory serves. He ultimately kills him. It's not a problem. And then so Hartman survives. And I always wondered if that was like canon or not. Now, of course, we find out in Control, yes, Hartman did survive. Because shortly after the events here, after the end, we know that the FBC show up. They, take Hartman in. They interview him. Hartman offers to work with the FBC, and FBC completely shoot him down for, obvious fucking reasons, I'd say. And then he throws himself into the lake. He gets turned into a Taken, captured by the FBC again. And then he's in the oldest house and gets turned into a darkness, Taken, hiss combination thing, creature that simply is called the thing that was Hartman. So that's what happens to him after this. But it's weird that it makes it look like he died there. And I'm wondering if that was like a weird retcon or something, I guess. Don't know why they decided to do that, but they did, so there you go. Maybe when the comic came out, they were already planning Control, but I don't think so. It was some years ago now.
Hartman followed the fall of Alan Wake with his binoculars. When the rider hit the water, he ordered Jack to take the boat to him. The spot was easy to see in the dark, even with all the extra lights in the boat. The flare floated and kept burning, even in the water. Jack turned the radio louder as the engine sputtered. The music was rough and clanking, something the Anderson brothers would no doubt have enjoyed. But Hartman chose to ignore it. Wake was finally within his reach. I had to find a way out.
Yes, we do. So I don't have a torch at the moment. Maybe not. Come on. Well, that's not good.
I needed light to get the possessed bookshelves out of my way.
Light. Ah. Give it a bit of time. There it goes. There goes all that furniture. Poor furniture. Never did anything wrong. Oh well, let's go. Ow. A flare. Well, it's better than nothing.
Hartman knew he was no creator. He had no ambitions on that front. And he certainly didn't want to end up like every artist he had worked with here, damaged in ways that were hard to describe, or worse. It was enough for Hartman to maintain creative control and provide direction, to be a producer. That was what most of these people were in need of anyway. Of course, suitable subjects were few and far in between.
Is that Night Springs again? Not Night Springs. I don't know what that is. I don't care. Anyway. Place is big. Damn it. So yeah, we gotta get that guy to destroy that. Like that.
I'm here.
Work for me.
I found the car, but the gate's locked. You're gonna have to go through the hedge maze over there.
Barry, I don't have a light.
Take this, Al. Oh God! Look at the house, Al! Look
Ow. Come on now. Whew.
Come on, Al! We gotta go! It's not much of a maze! I made it through easy!
Yeah, that is true actually. He says, oh, go through the hedge maze, it'll be fine. It's really not much of a maze. Of course, if you watch me play Control, you may actually remember this location as the bit where you fight the last boss of the AWE expansion, which is pretty neat. I was a bit disappointed that all we got was like the front door of the place. I was genuinely expecting we'd be able to like go inside and wander around and have a proper explore of the place, but no, sadly not. It would have been nice, but what you gonna do? Bye bye gate. Alright, got some batteries. It's a good start.
Oh, geez, Al! The house looks bad! Let's get out of here!
Yeah, we're going. Oh, we're going.
Al, hurry up! I can hear those evil guys moving around!
Can you now? I don't hear anything. No, that was a dead end. I thought so. Yeah, it's just a small little hedge maze. Nothing fancy. I like mazes. You don't see them in games often enough. Whoa! Hello. Good enough. Don't trust Emil. I don't remember who Emil is, actually. I'll be honest with you. Maybe.
Be careful! I can see them moving around! They're coming for you!
Thank you for the heads up. Be fine.
I stared at the Viking paraphernalia that littered the area, surrounding an unlikely centerpiece. A full-size stage complete with an impressive sound system with all the trimmings, including a dragon. It took a special kind of crazy to build something like this in a remote field. When the sky split open with a deafening boom and the music started blasting, it felt strangely appropriate.
Oh yeah. Oh hey, Floofellhound, welcome. Welcome. Hope you're doing alright over there. Alright. Where are ya? I hear it. There you are. Gotcha. Good enough. Missed. Damn it. Oh, I'm in trouble now. Need more ammo, please. That's the exit there. So hang on, wait a minute. Aha.
Hartman hurried down the corridor. He had disliked leaving Wake when he was surely at his most susceptible to therapy. But this was not an ordinary storm. Wake had been writing, and he had woken something up in the depths of the lake. Now, it was coming for him. Hartman had naturally prepared for a situation like this. The idiot brothers would keep Wake distracted while Hartman double-checked everything, just to be sure.
Yeah, how'd that work out for you, big guy? Alright, let's get the hell out of here. Ooh, no, wrong way. This way. Unfortunately, I have no ammo, which could be an issue. There's some. Take what I can get, I suppose. Not a lot, but it'll do.
You get 2 pills in the morning, and then you'll be nice and calm all day long. You get 3
No, that's not Hartman, that's just the security guy. Bugger off, birds. Alright. One coffee thermos, very good. Flare gun. And some... Did I get battery? Oh good, I got ammo. So little ammo with this part. Hi. You know what? I think... Whee! Works for me. Alright. Yes, please.
Mott knew that Wake was smarter than him. Wake had more money, a beautiful wife, everything. And Hartman said Wake was important. That made him better than Mott. But Mott was calling the shots now. He'd expected Wake to whimper and grovel, but instead, he seemed willing to fight. Mott knew he'd gotten under Wake's skin. If only Mott actually had his wife. The thought made him shiver.
Yeah, well. Didn't work out for you then, it ain't gonna work out for you now. Woo, okay. Move. That's more like it. The flare, that'll come in handy. Good enough. Probably didn't need to use the flare. That's probably a mistake that's going to come back to bite me in a minute. Maybe. Page.
For the moment, Barry was just glad he had survived the fall. He had been separated from Al, and there was no easy way to climb back up. He told himself he'd be okay. Okay in the gloomy forest at night. He would just have to wait for a while for Al to find his way down. Barry turned when he heard the heavy footsteps and saw the movement. The man-shaped shadow lunged at him from the bushes, an axe held high. Barry screamed and threw up his hand. The world exploded.
Mill made Tom do it. What we got? Ammo, ammo, and batteries. Excellent. That is much more like it. Alright. Ooh. Stash. Whoa! Where the hell did you... No, that's not good. Yikes. There we go. Well, that was a bit annoying. Apparently there's some stash down here. Let's hope it's got some shotgun ammo in it. Nope, just flare gun and flare gun ammo. Well, you know what? I will take that. It's not quite what I'd have liked, but better than nothing. More birds. Oh, flares? Yes, please. Is there a boss here? I think there's a boss here. There's something here, definitely.
Hartman watched as Wake's features slackened. The man was bullheaded, no doubt. Even lying on the bed, he'd almost broken Hartman's nose the second time. But with a little time, he could break Wake down, give him proper direction. Wake was easily the most promising subject he had had. Well, since Tom, really. Sleep well, Alan, Hartman whispered with a smile. Let me take care of you. He sniffed hard to clear his throbbing nose, swallowed blood, and barely tasted it.
Oh, that's right. Emil is Hartman's first name. I just remembered that. I should have remembered that, and I didn't. That's weird. I don't know why I didn't, but apparently I didn't. Hey.
You're alive! Let's get out of here. Can you open this gate?
Maybe.
Barry!
Well, I slammed it shut when the nasty showed up, and the key fits kind of loose in the lock, so, Barry! I'll find it! Don't worry about it!
Yep. I thought there was going to be some kind of fight.
Hurry up, Barry!
I'm on it! I'm on it!
Whoa! Where the fuck did you come from?
It's gotta be here! Just hang on, Al!
Whoa! Shit. I'm okay. I got this. I don't got this. Yo, bulls. Ah, bollocks. Let's try that again.
Hurry up, Barry!
I'm on it! I'm on it!
Apparently they don't seem that bothered. Now that's cheating. Whoa, that's not good. Wait, whoa, nah, that's not fair. Load the damn gun. Whew. Okay. Is that it? They all dead? I have no idea. I should go. Oh, good. I forgot how hard that fight is. Three.
Al, please tell me we're headed for the nearest "You're now leaving Bright Falls. Come back soon" sign.
We're going to the Anderson farm.
I knew you were gonna say something like that. You know what? You owe me big time for this. When this is through, if we make it, I don't care what anybody says, I'm done with darkness. You're gonna buy me a tanning bed as a gift, and I'm gonna live in it.
All right.
I'm crazy, but that's fine, Barry.
Oh, you got that right, Al. You're barking mad. You are by far the craziest.
But maybe that's inevitable when you deal with crazy stuff like this. It helps. This is happening, Barry. Alice They never had Alice. She's trapped in the darkness at the bottom of the lake, but she's not dead.
Ow! How can you know that?
I know, Barry. I can...
Ow!
No, listen. I can bring her back. I can find her. There's something special about this place. The lake, it does something to the works of art created here. It makes them come true. But there's a catch. The dark presence, whatever that thing is, twists it to its own ends. That's why all of this is happening. It's using my manuscript to take over everything.
Ow! I believe you.
It happened to Thomas Zane before, it happened to the Andersons.
I believe you. Crazy or not, you're not delusional. Weird shit's going down. That's a fact. I'm on board, man. I'm with you.
The Andersons knew about it, but they were too far gone to tell me with all the drugs they were on. But they wrote it down. There's a message somewhere at their farm, Barry. We just need to find it. Look out!
Bang.
God damn it, Al! Talk to me!
I'm alive, more or less.
I had lost my gun in the crash.
Of course.
Barry was nowhere to be seen.
Alright, well, unfortunately, this is where we're going to have to stop for today, because it's 6 o'clock, and it's time for food on my end. So, yeah, afraid that's the end of today's little stream. Thank you all for watching, everybody. I do hope you have enjoyed this, and I will see you all whenever I next see ya. Take care out there, everybody. Bye-bye.